Nor did he stop there. He spoke to groups. He answers letters that poured in from people who finally had the courage to admit their own shameful experience. He heightened his concentration during games instead of letting the experience define him. He took control of it. He used to it become a better player and he believes a better person. In the fixed mindset, however, the loss of oneself to failure can be a permanent haunting trauma. Bernard Lucia was one of the top chefs in the world. Only a handful of restaurants in all of France received the supreme rating of 3 stars from the Guide Michelin, the most respected restaurant guide in Europe. His was one of them around the publication of the 2003 Guide Michelin. However, Mr. Lucia committed suicide. He had lost 2 points in another guide, going from a 19 out of 20 to a 70 in the gold medal, and there was rampant rumors that he would lose one of his 3 stars in the new guide. Although he did not, the idea of failures had possessed him. Lucia had been a pioneer. He was one of the first to advance the nouvelle cuisines, trading traditions, butter and cream sauce of French cooking for the brighter flavor on the food themselves. A man of a tremendous energy, he was also an entrepreneur. Beside his 3 star restaurants in Burgundy, he had created three eateries in Paris, numerous cookbooks, and a line of frozen food. I'm like, yes, Saint Laurent, he told people, I do both hunt, puncher, and ready to wear. Man of such talents and originating could easily have planned for satisfying future with or without 2 points or third star. In fact, the director of Gult Millau said it was unimaginable that their rating could have taken this his life. But in the fixed mindset, it is imaginable their lower rating give him a new definition of himself failure has been. It's striking what count as failures in the fixed mindset. So on a lighter note, my success is your failure. Last summer, my husband and I went to a dude ranch, something very novel since neither of us had ever made contact with a horse. One day we signed up for a lesson in fly fishing. It was taught by a wonderful 18-year-old cowboy type fisherman who showed us how to cast the fishing line and then turn us loose. We we soon realized that he had not taught us how to recognize when the trout bit the lure. They don't they don't tug on the line. You have to watch for a bubble in the water. What to do when the trout bite the lure, tug upward, and how to reel the root in. If by some miracle we got that far, pull the fish along the water. Do not hoist it into the air. Well, time passed, the mosquitoes bite, but not so the trout. None of the dozen or so of us made the slightest progress. Suddenly I hit the jackpot. Some careless trout bit hard on my lure, and the fisherman who happened to the right there talked me through the rest. I had me a Rambo trout reaction one. My husband David came running over, beaming with pride and saying, life with you is so exciting. Rick, too. That evening, when we came into the dining room for dinner, 2 men came up to my husband and said, David, how's your coping? David looked at them blankly. He had no idea what they were talking about. Of course, he didn't. He was one he was the one who thought my catching the fish was exciting, but I knew exactly what they meant. They had expected him to feel diminished and They went on to make it clear that that's exactly what my success had done to them.